last semester, I took a class in the ECE, one of my core major classes, and that class was a class about robotics. Where we had to build a robot, and we had to choose from one different type of robot, and then we need to build it from scratch, and we needed to program it, we needed to design it, to do certain tasks as we needed to present at the end of the semester. That got me the inspiration. That inspired me for this kind of thinking. If we imagine that we're living in 2032, for example, and as every one of us is waking up early this morning, and you're getting ready, you're getting dressed, you're getting out, what are you going to see in your living room or in the kitchen? Hopefully you're going to see a robot. That's what I'm going to see in my house one day. And that robot is making up you coffee, and it's doing sandwiches for your children, and it kept looking over the security of your house for the whole night. Once you got out of your house, you get it into your car, but you're not sitting in the front seat. No, you're sitting in the back. Why is that? Because there's another robot in the front seat. He's driving for you. And you know what? In 2032, it's more safe to have a robot driving for you than just let a human drive. And then I'm going to take my time here to take us to the fascinating world of robotics. From what our robotics are actually made of until where we can see them in every day in our life. And if I want to define what is a robot, it's simply a self-operating machine that is capable of doing different, multiple, and complex jobs guided by computer programming. There's a distinguish between a regular machine and a robot, and that is simply that a machine is something, it's a tool that does repetitive tasks over time, where you need to operate yourself. While for the robot, it's something that does multiple tasks, and you don't need to operate it. And robots have this thing about it, has the concept of artificial intelligence, and that actually would mean something similar to the machine intelligence, which simulate the human intelligence into the robot, where you do certain kind of programming and set it up in the robot, which allow it to do the jobs by itself. And robots are not just machines, like I just said. No, they elevate themselves to a higher level than that. And over the time, over the history, there were many remarks on how robotics actually got into the real world of human beings. In 1997, it was remarked as the first time ever that a robotic mind will defeat a human mind, and that was when IBM invented a computer program, an artificial intelligence computer program that played chess, and it's called Deep Blue. And that computer program challenged the world champion in chess and defeated him in six matches in a row. And in 1968, it was the first time when humanity began to see humanized robots. Robots look like the way we do. And that was when Honda Corporation been able to design the well-known Asimo robot, and that was a project with a budget of $300 million. When Honda recruited more than 100 scientists, computer experts that would work on the first generation of the Asimo robot. For nowadays, we have 12 generations of Asimo robots, and each one of them evolved enormously different than the one was before it. And one amazing thing I found when I was searching for this topic is that in 2010, a group of students in Virginia Tech, and those students were 12 students from undergraduate and graduate students who've been able to design a different robot called Charlie L. And Charlie L is the closest robot to the Asimo robot we've seen from Honda Corporation. Those guys have been able to build this robot with a year and a half. and there were only 12 recruits, and they've been able to do it with a $20,000 budget. And this robot, which is built so easily from 12 students, is been able to compete against the Asimo robot, like the one from Honda that costed more like $300 million. And as for robotics, we see them, they're not just fantasies that I'm telling you about. We actually exist in our daily lives because some companies, some capable companies, been able to buy some robots, and they've been able to use them with their field in business and in many different fields. And here's one robot that's been used by Rachel Silverman, and that's a journalist that works in the New York Journal, and she's been able to use this robot, which is simply a pair of wheels with a rod on top of it. There's a set of cameras, a set of speakers, a microphone, and a screen. And as Rachel Silverman is having his job down here in, near to us in Austin, Texas, she's been able to telecommunicate with her peers, with her colleagues, with her superiors in New York using that robot. And in another field, in another branch of life, this is what's called the Robonaut 2, and that is a robot that been invented by NASA, and this is the first non-human astronaut robot that's been sent into space. And this robot is orbiting around the Earth right now. That been sent about 8 months ago when NASA unleashed the Discovery Shuttle. And at the end, those robots are the robotics that we see in life. They've been always a source of inspire and a source of educational opportunities for many young scientists and young computer experts in the field of computer technology. And that what got me inspired myself, that I wanted to share this new vision of life about when we're gonna see robots among us. And then you guys need to be ready to welcome one of those in your house, in your office, and in your school. And till we see other robots, thank you very much.